The first card you have for your past is the King of Swords. Yes. Yeah, so I shouldn't laugh because I'm seeing a very emotional situation, a very, very emotional situation actually in this card. Look at this king's face. You know, sometimes this king looks happy, sometimes he looks worried, sometimes he looks really sad to me. Depends on what I'm seeing, and he's looking quite sad in this card. And I'm just really feeling the sting of this. This is like, yeah, I think you might have been going through quite a long and drawn out, difficult time. At this time, it might have been a difficult breakup. It might be that you were actually going through this, or maybe you were just over this, something like that. But it wasn't a clean breakup at all. There was a lot of long drawn out kind of things that went on. So there was no kind of clear time as to when you had broken up, if that makes sense. It kind of dragged on and went backwards and forwards and all of these things. Yeah, there's a lot of backwards and forwards energy I'm seeing around this. I'm not sure if this was you or them, but one of you really, really, really took this badly, a lot worse than the other person. Now, of course, nobody's happy in a breakup, nobody is, but one of you really took this badly. Now, I'm seeing a lot of long drawn out phone calls, texts, on and off communication, lots of long conversations, lots of people being upset, all of that kind of thing. And I think, you know, after a while, I think you just made a decision just to stop this whole thing. You just stopped this communication. I don't think you blocked them. I don't think it was quick like that. I think you just made a decision that you were just going to not keep this up. It was just too much mentally. It was just too much emotionally for you. And I think you knew you couldn't go back anyway. So it was like, you know, you might have been thinking, what am I doing? What am I doing this for? Why am I doing this to myself? Why am I hurting myself in these conversations over and over again? And why am I doing it to them as well? You know, it's just prolonging things. It's not making things any better. It's not changing anything. Nothing's going to change. So I really, really just need to stop this communication. And that's what the King of Swords is like. He cuts out what he doesn't need. He's not emotional. He's extremely logical. He's a very kind man as a person, but, you know, he puts his brain over his emotions. His brain's over everything else. He just uses logic before anything else. And I think, you know, at this time, you couldn't quite be like this king. You couldn't totally cut out all of your feelings. You still had a lot of feelings for this person. You still had a lot of mixed emotions. And that's why it was so difficult. That was probably why it was so drawn out. But I think you knew that, I think you knew it would take a long time for these emotions to fade away, but you had to move forward. You had to use your head and say, right, I need to do this. I can't keep this going on and on. It's just damaging everyone more and more as it goes on. So I just need to stop this. You just had to really make an effort, make a conscious effort to let this go. That's what I'm seeing. The next card you have for your past is the Wheel of Fortune. So yeah, I don't think you cut them off again. I don't think you cut them off completely. I don't think it was anything that dramatic. I think you really did care for this person, and I think you still do care for them on some level, but I think at this time you were just completely determined to stop this from going on and making everything worse. And you know, you didn't want fights. You didn't want fights or bad memories or hurtful words or hurtful things to kind of be your last memory of this person. You just wanted to kind of not make it worse, any worse than it had to be. But you know, yes, this is backwards and forwards energy. That's what I'm seeing with this this wheel is spinning backwards and forwards, round and round. And so yes, again, this is just prolonging, and it's so difficult. I'm feeling exhausted watching this. So I think one day you were doing this backwards and forwards, and then one day you just said, right, this is stopping. This is stopping. This wheel is stopping. I am dizzy. I'm exhausted. It is stopping. You just knew. You knew you had to move on. You knew that things, there were things you had to do. You had to do this, and you couldn't concentrate on anything else you had to do while you were in this situation. And, you know, your heart was still hurt. It really, really was. But I think you just knew that you had to get on with things. And so, yeah, you just got off this. You just got off this Ferris wheel that was going around and around. You just hopped off and you walked away. That's what I'm seeing. So the last card you have for your past is the Nine of Cups. So, yeah, sometimes the man on this card can look a little bit smug. He can look a bit like a show-off. He's a bit of a show-off. He's kind of showing everyone his display, saying, look at these gold cups. Look at all this gold I've got. I'm so rich. I'm so wealthy. I've got everything. But he's hiding what's going on. He's hiding what's happening behind the curtain. So, yeah, I'm not seeing you showing off. I'm not seeing you being like this. But you did have to hide how you were truly feeling, I'm seeing, from the world, just so that you could go about your day-to-day work and doing what you needed to do. I'm not saying you were kind of lying or anything like that. You just had to kind of put up a certain front so you didn't kind of start crying or getting upset or emotional. You just had to put on a face to go about your day-to-day business. And obviously this wasn't easy, but you were determined. You were determined to try to push through this because you knew you had to. You just knew you had to. You couldn't go back there. There wasn't any other alternative. You just had to do this. I'm also seeing I'm seeing an invitation, actually. So there might have been something that you were invited to. There might have been a few things. There might have been a few people that wanted you to go to different things. They might have been asking you to do things. But I don't think you were ready. I really, really don't think you were ready at this time. Maybe it was taking every bit of your energy that you had just to get through the day because you had to put on this face. And, I'm seeing you coming home at the end of the day just exhausted. You might have just wanted to even sleep right away when you got home. You might have been going to bed really, really early because you're just like, that's the end of the day. I just want to finish this day. I can't go on anymore. I have to go to bed. So if you feel like that, there's no way that you can go to all these invitations and stand around at parties going, ha, 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 and pretending everything's fine, because it wasn't fine. You didn't feel like ha, ha, ha at all. So you knew what was best for you. That's what I'm seeing. So if this resonates and, if you're still going through this thing, you're right not to push yourself too much. You're right not to do that. You know what you're capable of doing. And, this isn't going to last forever. You'll get yourself back if you haven't already. You know that. And this is in the past. So you might have already gotten past this really, really difficult early stage. But if you haven't, it's going to pass. Just take care of yourself. And I can see that you're doing that. So just do what you've been doing. You're on the right track. It doesn't feel like that, I know, but you really are. The first card you have for your present is the Ace of Pentacles, which is a fantastic card. I love this card. And, this is a bit funny, actually, because I'm seeing this as reflecting your last reading, I think, or it might be the one before that. I think you were thinking of coming out of a bad situation, and this might be the one I was kind of seeing here. So, and then you knew there was some positivity around the corner, but you weren't quite sure what it was, and you're kind of a bit stuck. So, yeah, obviously this is my favourite card, the Ace of Pentacles, obviously. So I'm seeing a lot of ideas coming to you. I think these might be ideas around something that, you might have been thinking of doing for a long, long time, I think. But maybe you were a little bit afraid. You're a little bit afraid, and maybe you weren't sure how you're going to do this, if you could do this. Maybe you were doubting yourself, stalling, thinking, I'd love to do that. I can imagine myself doing that, but I don't think I really can do that. So I think you were like this for a long, long time. I think it was going on when you were with this person in the King of Swords, and even before that for a long time. And I think maybe for a long time as well, you were watching a lot of other people and you were thinking, I could do that. Watching them do these things, saying, I could do that. I'm as good as them. Maybe I'm even better than them. But, I think I am better than them. I could do better than them. But when I think about actually doing it, it's really scary. So you might have had that. You might have had those kinds of feelings. So, I don't want to lecture you, but how many people have thought, I can do that? How many people have thought, I could do that, I could do this, but they don't take action? Never done anything about it. Millions of people say that all the time, every day, probably all day, every day. There are so many people that say, I could do that, but they don't do that. It's like, when people see a bestseller, a best-selling book, and they say, I could write better than that, Or when, you know, people see contemporary art and they say, my 5-year-old could paint that, which I really hate when people say that. So I'm not angry, I'm really, really not, but I'm not frustrated with you, I'm not. But please, please do this. Do whatever this is. I mean, you have the Ace of Pentacles. This is telling you to do this. The time to start this is now. Again, you have the Ace of Pentacles. This is what I had before I started this channel. Before I started this channel, I asked the cards, I said to the cards, if I start a tarot channel, will it be successful? Can you tell me, will it be successful? And I got the Ace of Pentacles. And I named this channel after the card. I named it after this card. And now this is your card. It was my card, now it's yours. Please start whatever this is that you want to start. Please start, even with a small step, start, doesn't matter. You're right, you're right. You can do as well as anyone else. You can do better than other people that are already doing this, whatever this is. I hope this doesn't sound cringy, like I'm kind of pushing you, like I'm some kind of corny self-help book or something like that. I don't want to be like that. But focus on what this is, focus on it. And this focusing on this thing that you're excited about, this really good thing that you want to do, this is also going to help you to emotionally move on a lot faster from the situation I've seen in the King of Swords. So it's going to do a lot of fantastic things for you. So please make a start. The next card you have for your present is the Queen of Cups. So yeah, the Queen of Cups, she's very, very emotional. She's very creative. She's a bit dreamy. She's like a dreamer. She's so beautiful. You know, she loves beautiful things. And dreaming, creativity, this is what I'm seeing. This thing that you want to pursue might be something creative. But what's really, really standing out to me in this card is, you know, the idea of letting your dreams flow, just letting them flow out easily, letting them come to you, letting them come forward to you, letting them be free, not analyzing them, not worrying about them, just let them come to you. You know, this card's next to the Ace of Pentacles, so these two cards together are so beautiful. These ideas are going to come to you. When they come to you, make a note of every idea that comes to you on your phone, in a notebook, wherever you want to make these notes. Don't let any of these ideas go, even if they sound completely crazy. They are all going to be useful for something. Don't overanalyze these ideas. Don't think, what does that mean? That doesn't make sense. I'm not going to put that down. No, put them down. Put everything down. Don't try to work out what they're about. Don't think, I don't think that's going to fit in with what I want. What's that got to do with that? You know, I want to do a business starting doing that. What's this got to do with it? Don't think that. Just write everything down. Everything. The Queen of Cups is extremely intuitive. She doesn't overthink things. She doesn't overanalyze things. She just goes with how she feels. She goes with her instincts. This is what I want you to do when these ideas come in. I'm just seeing so much coming into your mind. So much is going to come into your mind. Ideas, words, feelings, colors, might be music, anything. Write it all down. If you hear a tune, record it, sing it, anything. All these ideas are for you. They are gifts to you. Look at this Ace of Pentacles holding up a gift for you. It's holding up this coin. Here's this gift for you. I'm giving you this gift. This is going to help you to go down this path and up these mountains to where you want to go. Please let these ideas come in. Please write everything down. Don't lose any of these ideas. Also, try not to show anyone else these ideas or anything about this at this time especially. Don't let other people's opinions or their words influence what you're doing. Don't let them stop you, because they might say, what's that for? What are you doing that? And then you'll say, oh, I don't know. And then you'll start to doubt yourself. Don't do that. Maybe when things are more established, maybe when you're down this path, down the road, at a later date, it might be fine to tell other people. It might be safe to show people, but not now. This is your early phase. This is your early stage. This is when the rose is a little bud. It hasn't opened yet. Keep the bud and let it grow. It hasn't grown, but it will. The last card you have for your present is the Nine of Wands. So This is you. You're getting your confidence back slowly but surely. You're starting to come forward very slowly, like this man. He's just starting to come out. I'm seeing you starting to say yes to more things, but you're still cautious. You're not saying yes to everything. You're kind of stepping out slowly. And again, try not to push yourself when it comes to other people. You might have someone around you. I'm actually seeing family. Someone in your family might be telling you what they think will help you. Now, you don't need this help. You're fine on your own. You're going along at your own pace, which is the right pace for you. They might be telling you what to do. They might be telling you how to feel, what to think, what to say. Go this, do some online dating, go join this, go out here. You might not want to do any of those things. And if you did, it would be up to you to do that at your own time, at your own pace. You know yourself. You know when you're ready to do things. Follow your own instincts, like the Queen of Cups. And you're on the right track. Look at that. You're gathering ideas. And you're getting things together, and you're doing everything at the right time. And you know what you're doing. I can see that. The first card you have for your future is the Two of Wands. So, yeah, again, you have a lot of opportunities out in front of you, and you have a lot of choices in front of you. So keep on following your own instincts. Like the Queen of Cups, again, your instincts are like a map, and they show you where to go. So just follow them, follow the map, and they'll tell you exactly where you need to go. And I think you're going to eventually realize that even though you did love this person in the King of Swords, and you might still have a lot of feelings for them, but you probably don't love them in the same way. I hope you don't, but you're still fond of them. You don't dislike them. I think they're really holding you back from pursuing this thing that deep down you've always wanted to do. Now, I'm not seeing them actively stopping you. It's not like they were literally saying, you can't do this, I'm going to stop you from doing this. It's not like that. But maybe you felt that you couldn't pursue this and be with them at the same time. Maybe you felt that they clashed. Maybe you felt that, oh, if I pursue this, it might mean I have to move to a new place, or I have to change this, or I have to do that. I have to change myself. I might have to, turn into this other kind of thing, and I might have to surround myself with these people, and this person might not like it. And you might have all of these conflicting things, or you might have had in your head. So yeah, I think, if you look at the man in this card, he has the world in one of his hands, and he's looking out into the distance, and he's thinking, I'd love to go here. I'd love to do that. I want to pursue this thing I want to do. And he's holding one wand in his hand, but there's still another wand behind him. And, it's stuck. It's bolted to a wall behind him. So this is how you could have been feeling, that if you moved on, if you moved forward and did this thing, maybe this person might not have wanted to come with you. So you would have had this kind of decision to make, maybe between them and this thing you wanted to do. Maybe you felt that this person wouldn't have supported you in this thing that you wanted to do. But whatever the reason was, whatever these barriers were, whether they were real, whether they were psychological, whether they were whatever they were, they're not there now at this time. So you can move forward, you can do this, you can push forward. It doesn't matter now. You can do this. The next card you have for your future is the Knight of Pentacles. So yeah, this is the slow card. So try not to be impatient when things don't happen as quickly as you'd like them to. Of course, things aren't going to always be perfectly going along at the same pace. Sometimes things are fast, sometimes they're slow. Again, try not to compare yourself with other people and, where they are and where you are. Again, you might have other people's voices in your head, like I was seeing in the Nine of Wands, telling you about other people. So, try not to compare yourself with these other people and where they are and where you are, because I think you do like to do this sometimes. You compare yourself with other people, and it's not good. And you're you, and things will happen for you at the right time for you, not for Fred, not for Tom, not for James, not for anyone else, for you. So, this will happen for the right time, at the right time for you. Because you're you. Things are going to happen for you at the right time for you. Now, there are always going to be people in front of you, and there are always going to be people behind you. Always, no matter where you are. Don't worry about the person in front of you or the person behind you or the person beside you or the person talking to you. Just concentrate on you and concentrate on your path. Try not to listen to people who say things like, oh, she has the same business as you, or he's doing a similar thing to you, only he's making more money, or he's doing these amazing things with it, or he's doing this interesting thing, and I don't see you doing that, but I see them doing that, or whatever. Focus on what you're doing and focus on the people that matter. You know, for example, if you're writing a book, focus on the people reading it. Focus on your audience. Focus on what they'd like and what they don't like, and also focus on yourself and your own creativity and what you're doing. If you're starting a business, think about what your clients want and what they don't want. They're the most important people, not these other people. And what they're telling you might not even be true. And even if it is true, you know, what you're doing is unique to you. Your situation is not someone else's situation, it's your situation. So just keep on concentrating on the path ahead of you and keep on moving forward. Don't let anything or anyone distract you from doing this thing. This is what you've wanted to do for a long time, deep down, and now here is your chance to do this. The last card you have for your future is, yes, the King of Pentacles. So yeah, what can I say? This is the ultimate success card. I don't need to say any more about this, apart from the fact that, yes, this king's looking at his coin. He's looking at his stability. He's looking at his abundance. That's what this represents to him. He's focused on what he wants and what he wants to do. He's not looking at the person behind him. He's not looking at the person in front of him. He's not looking at anyone beside him. He's not looking at anyone or anything. He's looking at what he wants. Focus, follow your instincts, go toward the path that you are going down, and don't let anyone stop you. That's what I'm seeing